Yeah, so last time was interesting. We started off on the serious note of the S group making their way across town in the Dark Lake District, picking up climbing gear, making their way into the city proper, stealthing across the way, and then finding 2 points of entrance into the hold of the Deep King before deciding to park themselves on the rooftop of a grumpy old gray dwarf. To kind of await potentially within the next 4 hours for any signal from Indigo. And when we jumped to Indigo, Indigo was still in conversation with Sister Rial after being loaded with lots of information, having met with the Deep King, and kind of understanding a little bit more of how he might be able to help Sister Rial if he wants to, a little bit about the vault, and is now on the loose after convincing the 2 guards outside of his cell that they had to know what a frog was, and is now currently leaping through the halls of the Deep King's hold, 2 guards in pursuit as a frog. Indigo, you see that before you is a very long, probably 50-foot hall that at the end of it banks to the left, and you see about 25 feet ahead of you is a path that leads to the right. Which way are you going for?
Ooh. I'm going to say left.
Okay, so you're going to make it all the way to the end of the hall, and then you're going to take a left.
Yeah.
Okay. As you are hopping and bounding your way down this hallway, you see that there are odd statues here and about, and I'm going to make perception checks for these guards as they try to chase after you. What kind of frog are you, by the way, you animal guru? I'm curious.
I'm going to go for a gray tree frog. They're super cute. We have them down here in the mid-Atlantic. They're like little, they look like they're wearing gray camo gear.
Oh, I love
them. Little splotches.
That is adorable.
And they have those cute little toesy woesies that froggies have.
All right. Well, how about we do this? Roll a stealth check with advantage because you have this perfectly suited camouflage for the area you are in, and I will roll opposing perception checks for these guys.
All right. The frog has a better stealth score than Indigo. We should all remember that for later.
Okay.
That's 19.
Okay, yeah. You start bounding your way down the hall, kind of scurrying behind a couple different things, maybe moving your way up the wall until you just freeze, and the 2 guards, Bill and Joel, make their... Billy Joel. Anyways, that was not intentional at all. I was just searching for random names, and that's where we went. They end up going, running by you, and eventually we just hear them, arguing as you hear their footsteps coming back as you're kind of climbing along the wall. Well, I don't know what happened to him. What were we going to say to Steel Shadow? He's going to be pissed. Yeah, but he might get the bell out. Do you think he'll get the bell out? I don't know. That frog was pretty cute, though. Do we really want it to die? Yeah, but we're not supposed to let anybody out their rooms. Not until dinner. And then they just keep going on about their business until you are alone in the hallway.
All right. I'm going to keep making my way along. I'm going to try and navigate to the north, but I don't really know how to tell which way that is. And I'm a frog.
You don't have a super great sense of that, having kind of been brought in here and which directions you're facing here. But you still have the hall going down into the left, and you have the hall probably a couple feet back that went to the right. You still want to go up and to the left?
Do I see any tapestries to...
You see a couple small ones, but they don't depict anything of the city, as Sister Rial had mentioned to you.
Okay, then I'll keep going to the left, and I'll make my way along, and I'll stay as close to the edge of the wall as I can, just to be as hopefully as sneaky as my amphibious nature allows.
Okay. Go ahead and roll either perception or investigation for me.
All right.
And this will determine your speed.
All right, let's go perception. Well, that's an 11.
Okay. And your wild shape only lasts for about an hour, yes?
I believe actually it is. Let me double check. I think it's equal to my. It's some equation with my level here.
Okay. Yeah, let's just double check and make sure we have that accurate time down.
Yeah.
Just because that will affect some of your searching.
Absolutely.
Frog was pretty cute, though.
I think it's number of hours equal to your proficiency bonus.
Freaking druid stuff.
Yep, you are 100% right.
Okay.
Well, you use druid. You can stay in the beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level, rounded down.
Oh.
So that is for us 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. What's your speed as a frog?
Do you 20? It's not super fast.
20? Okay.
20.
All right, but considering your natural stealthiness and nobody seemingly knowing what the hell a frog is down here, you make pretty decent time around the castle halls here until eventually, as you take a right-hand turn, you see at the far end of this 30-foot long hall, it seems to open up into a much broader one. And you see far before you a massive tapestry, probably 25 feet tall by 50 feet wide. And it just looks like this red hellscape. But in reality, you see as you get closer, it depicts the city of Gracklestug. This is the tapestry that Sister Rial was talking about.
Ribbit, baby, we got this. Jackpot. Yeah, I'm gonna like get like front and center on that tapestry, my froggy form here. And see if I can, I don't know, like feel something that might let me into this bad boy.
What do you mean by feel something? Like, are you physically trying to touch things on the wall, magically feel something? What's up?
I was thinking more of a magical, like feeling out the vibe kind of sense.
Okay. You got that detect magic?
Well, I can't do a dang thing as a frog, I'll tell you that much. Do I have detect magic? Is it prepared today? Nope.
Wow, someone has detect magic prepared today.
Shut up, you're not there.
I know, that's the problem.
Nah.
Detect when spoken to.
I will make the most out of my my froggy form here, and I'll see if I can like, I don't know, like hop my way through the tapestry. Is it like some sort of secret false wall? I'm gonna see if I can.
You start hopping forward and you like launch yourself at the tapestry and you just like hit the heavy cloth and like
Splat.
stick there.
Alright. Well, that theory didn't prove out. What's a frog to do?
Kiss the tapestry, it'll turn into a prince. This is all backwards.
What's your passive perception? 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking one thing. Thank you for bearing with me here. Okay. Yeah, you land on the tapestry and like I imagine you like as you sit there you're just kind of like tapping with your small frog arms all over it like what's going on? But you don't necessarily feel anything, just heavy cloth.
Okay, now I'll climb my way down and I'll try to access the wall behind the tapestry real
Okay. You kind of crawl your way underneath, and you find that it is pretty well flat against the wall. There's not much space in between them there, and as you gaze up, it's just darkness. But you feel cool stone.
Okay. And I kind of look around. Is there anybody else in this room right now?
Make a perception or investigation check.
All right, let's go perception. 16.
You don't notice anybody, no.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pop back into Indigo form then.
Okay.
Boop. And I'm going to pop a quick locate object.
Okay.
And I will attempt to... Big decision. I would like to... Sorry, just reading the spell right now. Yeah, I want to try to, instead of locating a specific object, I want to do a type of object. So I want to locate the closest vault door.
Right in front of you. Like a bing, 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 like a metal detector right in front of you. And I imagine you're so close that you can sense it's almost this entire wall that this tapestry encompasses.
Excellent. Then just testing a hunch. Indigo's gonna just stand like dead center of the tapestry. You know, like gazing distance. Put his hand behind his back and just kind of like look long and deep at this fiery cityscape that he's seeing.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me. Or actually, you know what? What's your passive int, since you're just kind of looking at it?
Oh, man. How do I tell you that this is just a 10? Just a 10.
Okay. Just 10?
Flat int.
Yeah. You start staring at it, and there are so many details here. And after a while, it almost feels like this picture, the things that are happening on this tapestry, it almost feels alive. It's like you can see the smoke curling above the buildings and along the stalagmites and stalactites, the fiery forges. You can see small depictions of the Grey Dwarves out and about in the streets. And then you feel something weird happen. You hear the ringing, the very soft ringing of a bell, like ding, 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 ding. And then it's like some small hands come to grip on your shoulders. And you hear that ding, 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 ding. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my hand in the bag of holding. I'm gonna bring out my own little bell. And I'm gonna give the chime of opening a ring. Because I feel that suddenly time is of the essence here.
Oh, shit.
Okay. You quickly whip out the chime of opening. Ding, ding, ding. You hit it, and just vroom, 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 vroom. The sound echoes out for, what is it, 200 feet?
At least. It's a loud boy.
And because of the area that you're in, these stone labyrinth-like halls, it just echoes. And those weird, almost like hands get tight on your shoulders, and then you hear ding, 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 ding. And then this excruciating pain as some kind of blade slips between your ribs.
Mm.
I'm gonna roll that attack first just to make sure. That is a that's a 19.
That does hit.
Okay. So you're gonna take a decent bit of damage.
Good thing I'm not still a frog.
Yeah.
The frog would help you. You
double
take one
check
less point of
here.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
A narrow margin, but an appreciable one.
Hey,
You
one
take-
hit point makes a difference.
You take 10 points of psychic damage. And then you're going to take an additional 8 points of damage as
Alright.
a psychic blade digs itself into you. And I imagine you look back and you see this like small automaton-like thing with this weird bell-like head, and this tiny mechanical body stands on you and just shanking this small like psionic blade coming out of its fist into your body. However, you see the tapestry seemingly like burst into flame and split apart, and then you see dead center the tiniest, most minute hole where a key could have been placed. And you see the wall just and this puff of dust and just starts to drag out a little bit and then sink into the ground. And just where the tapestry had been 25 feet tall, 50 feet wide, there's now just this massive black rectangular hole. And ever so slightly with your dark vision, you can just see gold everywhere. Yes! Quickly jumping back to the S group. I need all of you to do perception checks for me as you have been waiting.
Oh man.
That was a great reaction.
Nah.
12.
7.
Lucky for you, Stu just rolled a natural 20.
Stew.
And she kind of like
Stew?
Sue, sorry, not Stu. Stu and Sue together make Stew.
They're forming to become one.
They are.
The Dragon Ball fan in me wants to know what that fusion would look like.
Sue just kind of like instantly perks up and is like, "Did you all hear that?
You're what?
It sounded like a rather lot. It sounded like a chime."
That's Indigo, right?
Are you sure?
I left him the chime of opening.
But
I
we
let
didn't
him know
really
it was
discuss
in
what
the
that
bag.
sounded like, did we?
I mean, I would know the properties of the item. I'm pretty sure I identified that when I got it. That allows me to know all of the properties of the item, so I would know that it lets out a large ring.
Okay. So then you can safely assume that the chime of opening has in fact been rung. And I will say, Sephel, you had enough time. This is closer to the 4-hour mark since Indigo went in that, and it didn't take you too long to get to your hiding place, that you have had a long rest in your
Oh.
terms.
God bless you.
So if you need to take a moment, because I'm a benevolent DM, to switch out some spells, you can.
Awesome.
What is Andrew? Just for the sake of keeping me honest here, this particular creature has an ability that now that it has hit you, your movement has been reduced by 10 feet.
Ooh,
Just so you know.
that's an appreciable difference.
Yeah. Just figured I remember that because there's lots of things I have to keep track of.
Yes, absolutely. I will be on that.
Opinion time. Do we think... So, I kind of want to strategically talk with Sam for just a sec. Do we think disguise self is even really pertinent at this point? Like, it seems we're going full infiltration.
No, I don't think you need to do it because
Okay.
even if we get caught, I think the default is like, no, he's a prisoner.
Sure. So right now what I'm operating with is I want to keep Charm Person. That's worked like really clutch for us before. I want to get Detect Magic in there. I think I'm going to do that just for safety's sake. I'm like trying to find a good mix of potential combat and utility, but it's tough at the moment. I don't have a whole lot to play with. Do we think we need... Are we going to need invisibility at any point? We have Pass Without a... Well, that's gone now, but Sue has another Pass Without a Trace. She has the innate ability to turn invisible.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like invisibility isn't that great because it can only work on one person.
Well, if I upcast it, it can work on multiple. So, like, if I were to cast it at 3rd level, which isn't ideal because I only have 2 3rd level slots, but I could cast it on the both of us. It still would leave Stool, though.
Right.
I'm keeping Counterspell. I have my Pulse Wave.
Oh shit, you have Counterspell. I
I
forgot.
do.
Hey, Will, does that speed reduction, does that stack? Like, if it hits me again, do I lose an additional 10 feet?
You won't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hate to be that guy, but you won't know.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I think I'm good to go.
Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Sweet. Good. All right. So, you guys are now aware that the chime has been rung. However, you have received no official word from Indigo. What do you guys do, if anything?
I mean, we've reached our time. Something is happening.
I think we have to go in. The problem is that if we heard it, everyone heard it.
Everyone.
I think we move. Now.
I agree. Let's go.
Okay, where are you guys running to?
So I think those bottom entrances that Stool had clocked.
And let's pass without trace. I'm going in without armor, so... I just don't... I'm not sure that we're going to have another sign that isn't directly from Indigo.
No, action is happening. This is directly from Indigo. And I do think you're right. If we heard it, most of the keep did. I think we need to move.
Okay. Yes, then I say we go in stealthy, and it should only take us about 5 minutes to get there, and then we are in and can assist.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sue casts her final 2nd level spell of Pass Without Trace, and you guys start running. Can everybody roll me stealth checks, please? Alright. Oof. Stool got an 18. Sue got a 26.
I also got an 18.
23.
23. Okay. All right. Luckily for you guys, you managed to make it to what you believe is the approximate space in which those Grey Dwarf had disappeared. Go ahead and roll either perception or investigation checks to discern where this door or entrance might be, if there is one, because you didn't directly see it.
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1.
I am going to... Excuse me. I'm going to burn one of my 3 knowledges.
Okay.
That is still a d6, yes. What do you guys think I rolled?
1.
I never roll anything higher on a d6. I don't know why. So with the 1, it's a dirty 20.
Okay. Between you and Sue, you manage to see the oh-so-faint outline of a very small door, perfectly sized for a Dwergar to get in there. However, there is no handles, but Sue starts like running up, and she's like tracing her fingers through the cracks and stuff like that, and she starts saying something in Dwarvish until finally the door just sinks in and then disappears down. She's like, go, in.
Yeah, rushing on
Squeezing
ahead.
in.
The problem is, Stool can't get inside. He is too large to fit through.
Stool, you will have to stay here. Can you keep watch from our hiding spot?
Sure can. I'm sorry, I can't fit.
Well, be safe.
He rips a bone out from his arm amongst the numerous bodies that now make up part of his form with the organic stuff. And he just like hands it to you, and he's like, in case you need something.
In what case would we need this?
If you
This is
have to
very
hit
kind.
someone, I don't know.
Okay. I take it and I stow it in the bag. This was awkward. Let's talk about this never. And I'm just gonna go back, turn to the tunnel.
And you guys start running in. We're gonna pop back to Indigo. Indigo, let's roll initiative.
Oh boy.
I'm on my way with Stool's arm, man. Just hold on.
A part of his arm.
One of his arms.
I kind of
Alright,
want to
what's
like
your guess?
shove it into a corpse and see if a full stool grows out of it.
What?
I
Why
don't
would
know,
you
I don't-
say that?
I don't know how they reproduce,
It can't be that.
says you.
That's fair. That's an 11 from old Indigo.
Okay, what's your dex modifier?
It is a +2.
All right, you see kind of now on the ground behind you is this small mechanical-like figure with this weird bell, like enclosed bell-shaped head with these two dark holes that kind of bring down to these slits that meet towards the end. It has just stabbed you with this horrible psychic-like pain, but you do see that there's a small wound where some blood is. You have the open vault in front of you. What do you do?
I am going to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
I'm going to use my full movement to move into the vault.
Okay. You make your way in, and your dark vision starts to light up. But as you pass through, you see a bunch of these white, kind of ghost flaming like torches just start echoing and like opening up and coming to light to down in this very, very large vault. You think it must go 100-something feet back, and it is about 50 feet across. So it still holds the same general shape that you are in. As you pass through, you see that there's like this deep, like almost trench that seems to just disappear into darkness. And as you barely look down, it's still dark. And you pass into the room, and you see at the end of your movement, there's just littered gold, platinum, copper, silver, gems, bits and pieces of armors and swords just kind of out and about. And you see on the far walls there are all sorts of different armaments and arms decorated up there. But in the far back, upon this beautiful kind of jade pedestal, sits this giant 4-foot tall by 3-foot wide, looking like an orb of obsidian. And you think that is the obsidian dragon egg. Next up in the order is a particular figure. They go. Another person goes. And then we see that small bell-like figure start running towards you. And as they like leap over the gap and in, they throw one of these psychic, like purplish void-like things at you. Let's see if we can get you here. No, that is going to be a miss. That's a 9.
That's a miss.
And then they're going to use their bonus action to try and hide as they like try and dive towards all the coins about. Okay, your passive perception is a 17. They disappear from view. Next up in the order is another figure that goes, and now we are back at you. What do? You cannot see this small figure that has entered the vault with you.
All right, but am I in the vault proper now?
You are, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that amulet then.
Okay, you tap that amulet and you feel it immediately start to like thrum with this energy, and as it like sits on your chest, it actually feels like that freezing burn of ice almost. It's very unpleasant to the touch.
Yeah, don't love that, but we'll get to that later, I guess. Sorry, how close am I to the egg?
You're about 100 feet away.
I am going to move my full 20 feet because my speed's been reduced by our little friend here. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to dash an additional 20 feet, so I'm only 60 feet away.
This is technically the beginning of your next turn, so you're no longer reduced, actually.
Ooh, okay. That is good to know. Then I still move and I dash, but that moves me 60 feet, so I'm only 40 feet away.
Okay.
And I'll use a bonus action to healing word myself for a little bit of that damage.
Okay. Great. All right. That's the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. I am 8 hit points healthier, and I am moving towards the big egg.
Okay.
Coincidentally, does the egg look like it would fit in the bag of holding?
Considering it's the same size and dimensions as the red dragon egg, yes, it should be able to fit in there. It will be a tough push, but it will fit.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
All right. The couple other people go, and now we are back up to our super stealthy friend, who is, let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Okay. Yeah. Does a 26 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. You're gonna take. Sorry, hang on 1 second. I always forget how much these do. Okay, you take 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Along with 12 points of physical damage, slashing.
Oofta. All right, don't love
As
that.
they reappear beside you, a dagger, a psychic-like dagger, digging into your thigh, and they're going to use their bonus action to swing around with another one to try and stab into your leg, your calf. But that is a 14. Does that hit?
That does not hit.
Okay, then you are safe for the moment. However, your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
All right, back 20-foot speed.
Okay, that is the end of their turn. Another person goes that we cannot see, and then we are back up at the top of the order with you.
Indeed. Man, how much do I want this egg, guys? Kind of a lot.
Doesn't do you much good if you can't carry it out of there.
40 feet, so dang close, though.
I'll tell you this, it'll just cost you an action to stow the egg.
Okay, riddle me this, Dungeon Master.
Yes.
this creature I see before me with the bell-like head.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that it is a being like created and compelled by magic, or some sort of strange otherworldly thing?
You think it's something that was definitely created and twisted out of magic, for sure.
Do I think that that magic could be undone?
It'd have to be a hell of a spell.
Cool. Then that's a no for that course of action.
I'm loading up a picture right now to show you guys what this thing looks like.
Hell yeah. My little
It'll be
bell
on
boy.
roll 20 when I get it there. But what you thinking here?
Yep, we're deciding that Wow, that was some great audio content I just created.
Yeah, that was great.
You're welcome.
Just try a thing, man. Make some shit happen, or don't.
Yep. This is the best chance. Sorry, promise that I made to Sephel. That third slot, it's not going to be used for sending. I'm going to cast Wind Wall between myself and my creature.
So I've just blown it up
what
on roll
the
20.
hell?
That's what it looks like. Is a variation like that.
They literally look like fucking Christmas bells.
Yeah.
For anyone who wants to see this photo, you should join our Discord. We'll post it.
Yes. We will. Yeah. And the reason I say that magic would be really hard is this is essentially a form of Warforged.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah,
interesting.
it's a dispel magic would not have been helpful in this situation.
No. It would have
Dispel
fucked it up
life
for sure.
forms.
So yeah. All right, you're going to make a wind wall between the two of you. Okay, and since it's like
Yes.
right on you, it has to make a check or be blown away,
Yep.
probably.
Sure does.
Okay. What is it, a strength check?
Yes, strength saving throw.
Not great. That's an 11.
Cool, that my DC is 15.
Okay. How far away does it go?
Let's see. Each creature within so it takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage first
Oh, fuck.
off. You roll that off. Yeah. 4, and 4. It takes 12 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. I don't enjoy that.
How much do you think this guy weighs? Is he a small?
Oh, he real light. He real light.
Oh boy, then he going for a ride. It does not give an exact feet ratio, but a strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Small or smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through the wall. Loose, lightweight materials brought into the wall fly upwards.
Okay. Like, in my head before you described all that, I had 50 pounds. So I imagine he goes decently far. And it'd be a real ass struggle for him to launch himself through that wind wall. So it doesn't say how far away.
It does not.
Okay.
This is up to you.
Well, let's play some Calvin Ball. Roll a d6 for me.
Oh hell yeah! That's a 1.
Okay. He flies back 10 feet.
All right.
And he is prone, we'll say, as well.
Well, I very much like that. I will maintain my concentration, and I will move my remaining movement for this turn 20 feet further on towards the egg.
Okay, so you're
So
about...
now 20 feet away. That is
Yeah.
my action. I do not have a bonus. Oh, wait. Look at my inventory.
Checking that inventory.
Toral's Light, please tell me that somewhere in here Sue had... Dang it, nope. Sue has not given me any potions. That is unfortunate.
So here's a real interesting deal. There were two things within the bag of holding that I didn't consider. I told you there was the chime of opening, but I also had a greater healing potion and the Kotom's ointment stashed in the bag of holding.
Okay. Excellent. Then I am gonna reach for the greater healing potion. I think like in desperation, Indigo plunged his hand into the bag and just like potion, and just slurps down the first thing that comes to his hand.
Okay. So going with our new house rule, you get to roll your dice instead of getting the full amount as a bonus action here.
Yeah, and it's a great. So that's 4d4 plus 4. Is that right?
Yep.
Andrew, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a photo of the current items within the bag of holding, just so you have that for your own reference.
Excellent. All right. That is 11 points back. That gets me back above half. And a little bit closer.
Spicy.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So moving on. Another person goes, another person goes, and another person goes. We are now back to the bellman, as I will call them, who pushes themselves up and just starts running towards the wind wall. And I'm going to say they have to make another strength check because they're so lightweight to try and get into this thing. Which, does that happen anyways, or no?
Let me double check the spell language here. I don't think it's... No, let me... It only says the damage occurs when you first interact with it, but it does last for up to a minute.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you, a chance here that it might not make it through simply because of its weight. That is a 16 though, so it does manage to pass through. However, it cannot reach you. Actually, though, as a bonus action, as its cunning action, it is going to dash and get right up on you.
Indigo does not have good luck with rogues.
Nope.
Nope.
They like killing them. Another person goes, and we are back up at the top of the order with you, Indigo.
So, I have my 30 feet of movement back. I am 20 feet from I'm 20 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But our friend is right there. For economy of action, I am going to chance the opportunity attack and move out of his sphere towards the egg.
Okay. Opportunity attack. Ooh. Let's see. Does the 13 hit you? I don't think it does.
It does not.
So you get from that.
Scot-free.
All right. Cool. I will move my action. I'm whipping out the bag of holding. I'll use my action to push the egg on through.
Okay. Yeah, you do. And it's in the bag of holding. You officially have the obsidian dragon egg. The necklace that you are holding just starts to glow brighter and brighter, and you can now see it as like casting a weird bluish light all around you. And it feels like it's kind of hurting now to hold on to. So take 1 point of cold damage.
Do I get the sense that I should take this off?
It's quite fucking painful.
I'm gonna take it off.
The best yes you're gonna get.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Does it feel bad? Doesn't feel good.
Yeah. I feel like Indigo's like up on the plinth, has the bag slung over, rips off an amulet and just like throws it into like the gold pile.
Mm-hmm.
And just standing there looking back at the little bellman.
Yeah.
All right, little man.
Interesting
Yes.
philosophical question. Not that we have to ponder long, just throwing it out there. Is anyone else thinking about the fact that we stumbled upon the Blue Man group after we got our hands on a red dragon egg, and we aren't really certain what they were looking for, but they really wanted to get in here?
Doesn't sound like my
I don't
problem.
know. I'm still stuck on Billy Joel and the Blue Man Group. Like,
Oh my goodness.
just this entire city is, you know.
wow. I'm
This
done.
Harshini's
Take it
very,
away.
very talented. And then I will use my bonus action to healing word myself.
Nice.
And I'm just staring down my little bell friend.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's kind of like the small immediate burn scar I put on my hand from the forge, where it's like so quick and instantaneous, but it hurts like a motherfucker, and you're like, oh yeah, that's gonna leave a mark for forever. So yeah, you chuck the amulet, you quickly heal yourself, and we move on. You see appear from around the corner, Billy and Joel appear from either side of the 50-foot doorway. However, they are not able to get into said door, into the vault. And then you see far, far, far away at the far hall that you had come facing the vault proper entrance, you see Lara turn the corner.
Oh, shit.
And like, you've seen Lara in a fight, and it was intimidating as fuck, but with this long black cloak and this black and gold armor, you can see the wavy blade with this fishhook-like end appear in their hand, and they are just glowering in your direction, just a slow, steady walk. You hear the heels of their boots and the clank of their armor just as they start moving your way, not running, just this menacing walk. Like,
Red flags, man. Time to bug out.
it's like you were talking about Rogue One earlier, when everybody's waiting in anticipation and then the lightsaber turns on. It's like that.
Yeah.
And so we are now at the amulet's turn. And as we see, it explodes. And we see three blue plasmoid-like figures appear standing in the gold. And like they're kind of looking at each other, and you see one with like these weird eyeballs just kind of appear that look semi-dissolved, and they look over towards you and they look around, and one of them sees the little bellman and just like instantly hurls a couple of daggers at them, and they start engaging. And you see the bell assassin like quickly whip its head over and just take off after them. And then we see down at the same area where Lara had turned the corner, where she was coming from, what would be if we were looking at the hallway from the left, you see coming from the right, you see the Deep King. And he is carrying his bloody mace. And he like looks into the vault, and you see he kind of looks stunned for a moment. And then this evil, haunting smirk comes over their face. And they just draw both that large cane-like mace, and then a broadsword from the other side, or an arming sword, and they as well, like almost across from Lara, start coming down the hall towards you. And we are back at the top of the order with you.
Somewhere in a hallway, like 3 floors down, Sephel just stops. He's like, you know what? This seems like a really bad idea. Maybe we should go back.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck Indigo. Why are we
Yeah,
here?
I know.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's trust him.
Did we even like that guy that
He
much?
said
No.
he was fine. Who are we
No,
to
that's
step
true.
on his plans?
Yeah, we need to believe in his confidence.
Yeah,
Exactly.
2 more days. I say we
Yeah,
give
yeah.
him 2 more days.
48 hours, and
Yeah.
then we send a search party. Agreed.
Sounds
Well, seems legit to me.
We'll be picking up a throw rug when we find him.
I mean, this is about to get real interesting. 'Cause I got one move here, my friends.
Indigo, Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, I would love to. How do we feel about a 17?
Pretty good, because you see about halfway through the vault, so about 50 feet forward, you see that there is a weird-looking lever that is currently facing upwards there on the wall. Just letting you know.
Oh, a lever, you say, sir?
With zero context.
How's it positioned? Just like on the wall, like along the path, or?
It's like along the wall. This switch.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
not-
Andrew. That could flush a toilet for all you know.
I mean, yeah.
It's very
you
true,
could flush
okay.
some of the cold out. We'll find out. But it's accessible right along the walkway.
Yeah, well, like you would have to kind of run at a diagonal to get there because the vault is 50 feet across.
Okay, and about how far away is it from my current position?
From where you are, about 60 feet, considering the diagonal.
You know, I'm so glad to hear you say that, Will. Indigo
Shit, that's
is
your
going
double
to.
move, isn't it? Shit.
Oh, I got one. One last question, and you'll understand why I'm asking this in a moment.
Okay.
How difficult does it look like to move that lever? Like, does it take a lot of manual dexterity to do that?
This is dwarven engineering that we're talking about. If that shit ain't greased to work so smoothly with no noise, it's a failure in their mind.
I love dwarven engineering.
No thumbs required.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna look up,
Barely
and in
need
one of
hands.
those still moment there, I am going to dismiss the wind wall. I'm gonna get a good long look at Lara. I'm gonna wink at her, and then I'm gonna launch myself off the plinth. And as I go, I'm going to wild shape or mimic shape into a warhorse.
Yeah.
Oh hell!
Okay.
yeah! Speed 60. I will then reach the lever
Dope.
and use my use action to pull it.
What do you grip it with, or what do you hit it with?
Nay.
I'm like rearing back with hooves, like pop, pop.
And clop it down?
Yep.
You hit that switch, you feel it so smoothly just slam down, and then you feel the sense of weightlessness as all of a sudden the
no.
floor just drops from underneath you.
Oh.
You, the Blue Man Group, the Bell Assassin, and all the gold arms and jewels just... And that's where we'll leave it this week.
What?
What does that mean?
Where does it go?
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you again. You're one of our favorite listeners. You made it to the post show notes. Thank you so much for your support. Yes, new outro means new news. We started a Discord server. Yes, we wanted to create a space for our listeners to meet fellow fans of the show. It's a new community, so hop on in, say hi, we'll be there. You can find it by going to our Twitter page, and it's linked up at the top there. Our Linktree / the Madness Table has all of our links to all of our stuff. Speaking of which, if you haven't, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We try to, post some memes and other exciting stuff, especially on Twitter, so we would love the support there. We're also going to be launching a bonus action segment soon where we talk about the behind the scenes for the different chapters of our story. So please keep an eye out for those. And if you want to submit any questions for a future bonus action segment, please email us at themadnesstable@gmail.com. Lastly, please leave a review if you haven't. All the reviews do is they help us grow. It's a quick, easy, and free way to show your support. And we always appreciate that. So again, thank you so much for listening. We hope you're happy and healthy. We'll see you next week when...